welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm your host, Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you, Alice Backer from Kiss Chaosity and Haitian Bloggers. She's in the building with me for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Alice Backer, who does a multitude of different things in the community. Of course, Kiss Chaosity is one of her big projects, and Haitian Bloggers. If you read any Haitian blogs, you've probably went through Alice at some point. So Alice, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So before we get into everything and about what you've been doing most recently, let's talk a little bit about you. You live in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We talked about living in Fort Greene and the changes. So let's talk about what even led you, a little bit about you, let the viewers know, set the tone, and then get to know about what you're working on now.
Well, so I grew up in Haiti, of Haitian parents, and I've been living in Brooklyn now since 1997, after having moved to the United States to go to college. And I have a formal education, formal training as a lawyer, and I still practice law, but I'm also, I've developed a career in online media in the last 10 years.
That is amazing. So you actually grew up in Haiti.
Oh, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
You can actually talk about what it is to live in Haiti, grow up in Haiti. Were you always back and forth, or you only came here strictly for school?
I had come to the United States before moving here for school, but, maybe once or twice in the summers. I also had a lot of contact with Haitians who had grown up here and moved to Haiti as children, which is why I got to learn English before arriving here, because my friends were fluent in English before they moved to Haiti.
I was going to say, you speak perfect English. Never would have thought that you actually spent so much time in Haiti. So how was that experience coming here pretty much as a late teens and into adulthood, coming to Brooklyn?
First I moved to Manhattan, actually, because I went to college in Manhattan. And, it was, I think, you're always very excited, right, when you move to the United States at first. I was just learning and eager to understand eager to study and get degrees. Of course. Which is what I did. Yeah.
And then being Haitian and being of Haitian descent, of course, you said both your parents are Haitian. Mm-hmm. How did you ever feel torn to want to assimilate, be more American, so to speak, but also want to hold on to your roots? You don't want to come off as too Haitian, but you don't want to give up what you know.
I think that when I came here, because I spoke English, I think I went straight into kind of the whole being American thing. Didn't really think about being Haitian, which was kind of such an inherent part of me, but really didn't start really kind of wanting to be in daily contact with information about Haiti until I began working in social media. Right. So kind of the transition out of, working at a law firm and, getting kind of this job with Global Voices Online, where I was learning all about social media, which back then was just blogs. There was no Twitter, Facebook. That's back in 2005.
Yeah.
That universe kind of opened my eyes up to media, and it allowed me to, work with the languages that I spoke that I spoke growing up. Work with French, work with Creole, and that just one step led to another. That kind of got me right back into everything about Haiti and information about Haiti. And being a part of that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even working for a law firm. I know law firms, especially here in New York, if you have access to, we're in such a big city with different cultures, different people, I'm sure once they knew that you spoke French and Creole, they wanted to
and actually that's
that.
The number one way.
Person.
That's the one way in which I am still actually practicing law is actually because I'm a lawyer linguist. So I work on cases where I get to, they need lawyers who are American trained who speak French, for example. French more than Creole on those cases. And so, yeah, that's languages do kind of, that's one thread through all of the different things that I do.
Now we fast forward a little bit, Kaskasity.
Yeah,
Give us a little bit of background, because I learned an interesting fact that is the native name of Haiti, which I didn't know. So I actually like that little fact, but you can embellish on that.
Yeah, no, so Kaskasity started, again, around the same time, the way that I got to work for Global Voices, which kind of patched me into a global community of bloggers and people who think about media, was that right after leaving my first job at a law firm, I started a blog. And because I at that time I thought that I was going to go back and maybe do a PhD and study Haitian history or Caribbean history or something like that. And however, that never materialized. But because of the blog, I got tapped by Georgia Popplewell, who was the Caribbean editor at Global Voices online then, who said, "Oh, we can't find any Haitian bloggers, and we'd love to interview you since you're Haitian and a blogger." And that led me to not just be interviewed by them, but also start working with them shortly thereafter, because I spoke French. And they needed somebody who could cover French blogs of Africa, of anywhere, Africa and the Caribbean. And it is during that period, however, that there were no Haitian blogs then. So one of the reasons I created Haitian bloggers later on is that when I was working as a Francophonia editor, I could never find any Haitian blogs. I was covering blogs from Africa, the Congo, Mauritius, Madagascar, Martinique, Guadeloupe, but I could never find Haitian blogs, or if I did, they tended to not last very long. They weren't very consistent. And so one of the reasons that I started Haitian bloggers later is when I started finding Haitian blogs, I was like amazed, because well, here's one, and here's another, and here's another. And from one year to the next, there were no Haitian blogs to be found, and then all of a sudden I was finding all those Haitian blogs, which is around 2010, around the earthquake, and I decided, well, let me put them in one feed so that everybody could read them in one place if they want.
And what's interesting, the Haitian diaspora is pretty much spread out like most of the other Caribbean islands, but pretty much, throughout the U.S., you'll have New York, you'll have Miami, Boston has a lot of Haitians. If you go to Canada, there's Haitians, of course, in France. So do you have access to people, do you get contributions from all the different Haitian diaspora where they're located?
On Haitian bloggers? Yeah. I don't really, it's not even, just so that you understand, it's not a system where you submit a contribution like you would to the Huffington Post. What I'm doing is I'm using the existing technology, which is the RSS technology, and putting whenever I find a blog, I add it to the big Haitian bloggers feed. So I take a bunch of little feeds and put them into one feed. And that's really all I do. I may never even have contact with these bloggers. And yes, so because it's the way it is, I've got bloggers on there from France, Haitians from France, Haitians from Haitians who, wherever they live, sometimes they have travel blogs. There's one person in particular who travels a lot. For a while, she had a blog while in Cairo, so that was in there. I think it was called Black in Cairo or something. And of course, tons from the U.S. and of course, tons from Haiti. And the blogs, I've found that over the years, as blogging got to be more serious, what I'm finding is that a lot of blogs have died out, but the ones who have stayed and are consistent are getting better and better and better and better. So there's this interesting evolution
when it comes to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hold that thought. We're going to pick up in just a few minutes. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Miles, and I am Miss Caribbean United States 2013, and you're watching Beyond Focus TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Alice Backer. Alice, we're going into a lot of great details about blogging, social media, and I actually wanted to talk about that. How, you know, you've had Global Voices.
Yeah.
Which is a traditional media outlet, more or
You
less.
could say, I mean, it really wasn't that much of a traditional media outlet because really what Global Voices does is it covers blogs from the world over. And I didn't have it. I was its employee for 2 years. And what it was trying to do as a project was it was trying to supplement some of the gaps that mainstream media leaves you with. Because unfortunately, the way mainstream media works, it doesn't... There's lots of topics that it doesn't cover, and it's very political the way it covers them. And so for the longest, there are also areas of the world that they didn't cover properly. And that for places like Haiti or Africa, you only heard about those places in mainstream media when there was a crisis, a disaster, a coup d'etat, et cetera, et cetera. And the problem with that is that, you know, that doesn't say much about the everyday life of people who live in those countries. And it's true basically for every country that's not Western Europe or the Western world, that there is this weird way in which it covers those countries that, you know, essentially takes away the humanity of the people who live there because it makes it sound like, you know, everything they ever experience is bad. So Global Voices was there so that if you take the voices of the people who are essentially citizen journalists from these places because they blog, then what's going to happen is you're going to get a fuller picture of what their lives are like. That was the idea behind Global Voices. And, I mean, it's been years, so, you know, I don't know if they would say that that's still their mission today. But back when I was working there, that's what it was.
And that's interesting because especially when you think of Haiti and different places like that, and we could say Haiti in particular, like you said, the only time, if you're not Haitian and you don't have Haitian friends.
Exactly.
You know, the only time when you see it on TV, you see a destitute place, and you don't understand that people... I have a lot of Haitian friends, and I've been told, you know, they have housekeepers and beautiful places, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, right.
And they're like, no, they are rich parts of Haiti. They're not everything that you see. You're not just limited to Port-au-Prince. And they show me different things, and like I said, you know, I'm like, how are they able to afford housekeeping? Being ignorant, not fully understanding, because based on what I would see, and not really growing up, and then I saw a whole different view of it. I'm like, okay, this actually makes you want to go and visit and have a vacation there. And like, yeah, you can go on vacation there. Because even where the earthquake was, a lot of people, if you weren't where it was affected, you weren't, of course you're affected because it's your country, but you weren't directly affected like that.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting. So where were you living in Haiti?
So I was living in Delma 33, which is where I grew up, which is a suburb of Port-au-Prince, the capital.
So have you been back there since?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, I have family, my close relatives, also a lot of relatives moving back now, including, you know, very close relatives of mine. So, yeah, I go back definitely at least once annually.
And how did it look right after the earthquake?
Right after the earthquake, it was actually, because I did go right after the earthquake with Global Voices, and it was shocking, but it was not just shocking because of what had happened. It was also shocking because of the demographics, the difference. When I was growing up in Haiti, there weren't all these NGO workers, there weren't all these foreigners, and I was really kind of stunned, not just by what had happened in the earthquake, but also by just how many NGO workers were there. And that actually is part of what motivated the Haitian bloggers and, you know, what you call my motto, which is the Haitians need to hear each other and themselves. All these foreigners drown out Haitian voices. They're much more powerful. Through mainstream media, the coverage is one-sided with their perspective. And